Greetings to all the aspirants present out there. This is Chandigarh Civil Services. Aspirants, we had already started one series where we had covered certain means related topic of your journal studies, where we had already covered your RTI Act in Himachal Pradesh, then Himachal Pradesh Public Service Guarantee Act, then governance in Himachal Pradesh. Along with this, we had already covered your administrative reforms in Himachal. So continuing that particular series where we have already covered these topics, and yes, one topic that is your implementation of 73rd and 74th amendment in the Himachal Pradesh, where we have already covered your part 1. So continuing that particular series, let's dig into this particular session where we are going to move ahead. That is, in the part 1 we already had a discussion about the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment. What are the various provisions related to the 73rd and 74th amendment? So we had already covered your gram panchayat. That is one of the first biggest change that it has brought. So continuing that, let's see the next change or the next feature of this particular act. So second feature of this particular act is your panchayat smitis. That means where in the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment that has brought a biggest change in bringing the democracy at the grassroots level. So next step is your panchayat smiti. So that means what exactly it is saying, that for each block there shall be a panchayat smiti. So that means in every block there is mandatory, there must be a panchayat smiti, and yes, it will have the jurisdiction over the entire block. So that means panchayat smiti, its name suggested that it has the jurisdiction over the entire block. But yes, providing one situation, one exclusion, that is excluding such portion of the block which are included in the municipality constituted under any law for the time being in force. So that means it is excluding such portion of the block as which is included in the municipality constituted. So that means this is about your panchayat smiti. Let us see what exactly the composition of this panchayat smiti. So yes, its composition consists of different types of members. First is your directly elected members from the territorial constituencies. Next, the members of House of the People and the members of legislative assemblies of the state, representing constituencies which comprises wholly or partially the panchayat smiti areas. Along with this, the members of the council of the state, where they are registered as electors within the panchayat smiti area, that are also the part of this composition. So that means directly elected members, then House of the People and the member of the legislative assembly. Along with this, the members of the council of the states are composed in this particular. Along with this, the 1/5 of the pradhan of the gram panchayat in the panchayat smiti area is also the members, but provided they are the member by rotation. So that means they are not like the permanent, but yes, on the basis of rotation, they are also the part of this particular composition. Along with this, the members of the Jila Parishad, representing the whole ward, which comprises wholly or partially the panchayat smiti areas. So that means these are the broadly the members of this panchayat smiti. That is your broadly the directly elected members from the territorial constituencies, then members of the House of the People, legislative assemblies, council of the state, 1/5 of the pradhan, and yes, your members of the Jila Parishad. So that means this is the composition of your panchayat smitis. Let's see what exactly the functions which is being given to this panchayat smitis. So that means these are working at the grassroots level. So they are playing a very, very crucial role and are a part of a lot of schemes and a lot of developmental work. Let's see first, that is your running and maintenance of the large water supply schemes. So that means whatever the water supply schemes is prevalent at the grassroots level, it will run and maintain. So that means it is looking at the whole nitty-gritties of your water supply schemes, its implementation part at the grassroots level. Next, your construction and maintenance of the village link road. So that means if the connectivity is good or bad, how the situation of the village road, everything will be looked by your panchayat smitis. Next important, that is various industries, cooperatives your horticulture and fisheries, their maintenance and running is also enshrined or given to these panchayat smitis. Along with this, the arrangement of the supply of the agriculture and the horticulture inputs. Along with this, the release of the funds, very important. They are also giving the function of, that is your release of the funds under the various developmental schemes. And yes, along with these developmental schemes, minor irrigation is also the function of this panchayat smiti. So that means they are giving a lot of functions. So they are working at the grassroots level and performing all these functions. Next, when we talk about your next feature of this particular act, that is your Jila Parishad. What exactly it is telling, like your panchayat smitis, which is working at the block level, in the similar manner, the Jila Parishad will be for each district. There has to be or there shall be a Jila Parishad. And yes, like your panchayat smitis, which is having a jurisdiction over the block area, it is having a jurisdiction over the entire district. And provided there is an exclusion of such portion of the district as are included in the municipality constituted under any law for the time being in force. So that means any area which is under the municipality, in the similar manner like in the panchayat smiti, it is also excluded in the Jila Parishad also. Let's see. Next, what are the functions of the Jila Parishad? So yes, they are working at the district level, so they are having a lot of functions to perform. One of the most important functions, that is establishment and running of the primary and middle schools in the district. This is one of the most important function of your Jila Parishad. Next, rural housing. Then minor irrigation schemes like your panchayat smitis. So it is also looking into the major your irrigation scheme. Along with this, it is also working for the welfare of your SC and ST. Then public distribution, then cooperation, then economic planning for the rural area of the whole district. So that means whole developmental work, whether it is related to the economic planning, whether it is related to all the developmental programs, these all are the functions of your Jila Parishad. Along with this, your poverty alleviation program, then various community developmental programs like your, which are the source of the various kind of livelihoods to the people, like your fisheries, agriculture, horticulture and animal husbandry. They all are the functions of your Jila Parishad. So that means they are performing multiple types of functions. But yes, in spite of all these functions, there are the certain challenges which are being faced by these, which we see in the further slides. Let's see what are the challenges which is being faced by your Panchayat Raj institution, specifically when we talk about your Himachal Pradesh. So yes, like at the biggest India level also, there are a lot of problems which is being faced by your PIR, and that's why they need a revamping. So there are the certain lacunas which need to be filled up. So let's see what is the lacuna first. That is your panchayat smitis and Jila Parishad. They have no power to impose tax. That means taxation, which is the biggest source where they can utilize the funds for the developmental purposes, but they are having a very limited power in order to impose the taxes. Along with this, there is an inadequate devolution. Yes, the democracy, in order to strengthen the democracy at the grassroots level, there must be an adequate devolution. When it comes to the PRII, that is, it has granted the constitutional status, but in spite of that, there are the certain problem, that is your inadequate devolution. That is your, there is a lack of the funds, functions and functionaries. That is your 3Fs. So that means there is a not adequate funds are devolved, not exactly the functions is devolved, and yes, functionaries also. So this is the triple 3F problem which is being faced by our PIR, and especially in context of the Himachal Pradesh too. Then there is an inadequate infrastructure. There is a lack of the sports staff also. So that means that the lack of the staff is also one of the problem. Next, the panchayat and municipalities, they have not used their fiscal powers efficiently. So that means this is again the problem, that whatever they are providing the certain power in order to impose the fiscal, that is your fiscal power, they are not using it in a very efficient manner. Then yes, there is a lack of or the less democratic representation, And along with this, though they are independent, they are having a constitutional status, but in spite of that, there is a regular interference by your MLAs and MPs in a regular functioning of the panchayat. So these are the certain problems which is being faced by your PRIs, especially when we talk about your Himachal Pradesh. And yes, if we want that the panchayat systems work in a very efficiently and effectively manner, and the governance part, that is your good governance, can be truly felt in at the grassroots level, then these lacunas need to be filled out. So that means this is about your 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment, and this particular topic has been covered in the part 1 and part 2, where we had holistically had a discussion about your 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment, how the PIR evolved when we talk about your Himachal Pradesh, and yes, what are the different features of this particular act. So this is about your 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment with context to Himachal Pradesh. So that's all for today's session.